This is a 2026 Toyota Sequoia Platinum. And word on the street is, this ain't it. I borrowed this SUV from Karl Malone Toyota here in Draper, Utah. This is available for sale. We're gonna discuss that because I disagree. This is definitely it. Here's a quick peek at the window sticker. Celestial Silver is the paint. And then this is a short listing of the standard features. So twin panel does come standard, 14 speaker JBL, and base price is $80,835. Now this one does have the heads up display for $600, all weather liners, roof crossbars, has a glass screen protector for that 14-inch display, ball mount, and then that TRD cast aluminum running board, which I'll show you guys here in a second, was $1155. Now with destination at $2,095, this has a total price of $85,630. And then here are the fuel economy off the side. Why do people say the Sequoia is not it? I will admit something. This full-size segment is one of the most competitive, simply because you have the Chevy Tahoe and you have the GMC Yukon. They're pretty much at the top of the food chain, right? But you also have the Nissan Armada and of course the Ford Expedition, which is a really strong contender. But here's what I'll tell you. One thing I like about the Toyota Sequoia is this. This thing is made right here in America. Final assembly is in San Antonio, Texas. So yes, even though this is a Japanese product, it is made here in America. And one thing I like about the Platinum trim is, you guys saw, it only had a few add-on options. Now, I will show you guys these running boards. You can get power deployable running boards on this thing. I think it's like $1,000 option. But on the front end, this does have the premium headlights. Has that quad beam LED, and these headlights are amazing. So if you do a lot of night driving, you better check this on your list because really good. Has the sequential turn signals there. Also LED fog lights, front parking sensors. There's just a little bit of flow through right here. And adaptive cruise control. 360 camera does come part of this package. It does have active grille shutters for aerodynamics, which should help with fuel economy and heating. And there is a large valance down below. Not a fan of that, but if you want more of that rugged look, you could go to the TRD Pro. Now off to the side, you guys see it has like this black fender flare, which looks good with the Celestial Silver for sure. Here's some of the badging. And then this is why the Sequoia rides so good. From the beginning, Sequoia had double wishbone front suspension and pretty beefy upper and lower control arms there. Has an aluminum steering knuckle, fabric material for the liner, and then here's a quick peek at the tires, which are the Yokohama Geolander XCVs. Tire size is going to be a 265/60/20, and these have about 2,459 pounds of capacity at 51 psi max. 6-lug, 4-piston brakes up front. And then here's a side view of the Sequoia. This definitely has a nice look to it. You can see painted mirror caps. So you have that silver with that black accent. You also have like this matted finish here. And here's that roof with the crossbars. Okay. Smart key system only on the front doors. I would like to see it on the back too. Hopefully they will change that. And I like this. If you want something more rugged, maybe you're going to do your own lift on this in the future. You can get these high clearance steps. They say TRD right there. This does sit pretty low too, I will say. You can also see the turn signals on the mirrors. Blind spot alert, and these are going to be heated mirrors too. Here's where we're going to fill up at. And then out back, you have the sequential turn signals, full LED taillights, a little bit of black accent right here, and then down below. They do hide the hitch, parking sensors are there. Here's a button, let's go ahead and pop it. This is nice. In the past, they used to give you a power sliding glass. I don't know why they went away from that. Kind of stinks. And then you have this power lift gate. They do provide a camera with a light for your conventional hitch. It just shines down for you. And here's what you have out back. Now, this is not everybody's favorite. Some people complain about the storage behind the third row seat. But the good news is these are power. They may not go down because that second row might be too far up, or far back, I should say. But yeah, isn't that nice though? Power seats, you don't have to hold the buttons. And you can actually adjust the height of this back too. So if you want to put things below this floor here, I'll show it to you really quickly. So if you want to take this out, and maybe you have some luggage you want to put down below here, you have that option there, and I like that. There's some power back here. And as far as the back does go, you have some speakers. Not a lot of light. They have it right down there, but I would like to see more up here that shines this way. And check this out. They do give you curtains even in the third row too. Black headliner, and if you want to put this back down, just push the button out back. It's a really nice SUV. Who makes the best hybrid systems in the business? Look no further than Toyota. They've been doing it for nearly 30 years, and that's the only way you can get the Sequoia. Now, 437 horsepower is absolutely insane. All that power does go through a 10-speed transmission, port and direct injection out of this engine. This is a 3.4-liter displacement twin turbo V6, and most people know that these engines have had some issues, so we'll have to wait and see how they do long term. I haven't heard of anyone having issues on the 25 plus Tundra, so hopefully that's the case for the Sequoia as well. Let's check out this interior. So let's circle back to this ain't it. To recap, this is made in America, so they are supporting our economy. Number two, this is the only full-size SUV on the market that has a hybrid powertrain. And you guys saw the options on this Sequoia. When we look at this interior, the only exception is heads-up display was an option. Apart from that, everything else is pretty much standard. So let's start on the door. I like pointing this out because this is a big deal for me. Auto up and down for the front and rear windows. So if you have all the windows down and you just want to put them up really quickly, you don't have to hold any buttons here, and I love that. With all the competitors, you have to hold the buttons. I don't understand why they don't all do that. You also have power folding exterior mirrors. Seat memories are right here. And you have a lot of soft touch on the door too. I like the electric blue that they give you. It's an accent you'll see pretty much throughout this interior. Now, you guys saw it had a 14 speaker JBL. You also have a 14-way driver seat. So this is the only full-size SUV that can do this. Thigh support. For all of us long-legged people, this is an absolute game changer. Love that. The lumbar does go up and down, in and out, but it doesn't just stop there. You have a massage function top and bottom, and notice how big this seat is. This is probably some of the biggest seats in the segment. Look how wide the seat cushion is, the great bolstering that they give you, perforated leather, heated and ventilated seats come standard. The only thing missing here is a tilt headrest. That's it. But you do have tilt and telescoping steering wheel power. Here's some of your controls here. You can see that heated steering wheel buttons right there. Let's go ahead and check out the passenger side. You guys see down below it does have some puddle lights there. 12-way seat on the passenger side. And on the dash, 12-volt power plug up there. You have a platinum badge right there. All wrapped in leather. This is just a really nice interior. I love their glove box. You guys will see big cup holders. You also have a place here for a larger cup. A little bit of storage right there. This is done really well. I would say they executed this center console really nicely. Wireless charger. You do have the camera for the mirror here. Home link systems up there, and I like the vanity too. They give you a light. Let's go and check out the rear. Sequoia is the only full-size SUV that has these rear shades, and this may not be a big deal for some people. Even though the glass is tinted, it is nice to be able to have a little bit more comfort when it's really hot and the sun's glaring, right? Out back you have heated and ventilated seats. You don't get ventilated seats on that $120,000 Yukon. Just saying, I mean, let's just be honest here. This is one of the very few SUVs that have that option for the second row. Now this one does have the captain's chairs. You have the cup holders here. And look at how big these seats are. These seats are comfortable too. They're not stiff out back. You can see they do provide one Type-C USB. A little bit of controls for those seats if you want to recline them. Place for some bottle holders and some storage. Air vents on the roof. And I will say, let me sit on this side because I have the seat all the way back. This does feel pretty darn big, but it's not as big as the competitors. I would say that you will still find this to be pretty comparable. But yeah, you don't have an extended version like the Suburban, right, or the Yukon XL. So that's the only thing missing. So USBs down here. You have this 100 watt or 400 watt power plug, 120 volt. And then just a single climate control out back. This is all wrapped in like a leather material too. Seat back pockets. Let's go ahead and check out the driver's seat again. On the steering wheel, you guys can see they have perforated leather. So if you have those sweaty hands, this should help with them to breathe a little bit better. Let's go ahead and control this. You can sync all of this together too for like the climate. So this is a 3-zone. You guys see you have your heated and ventilated seat buttons there, so you don't have to go through a screen to get to that. Now, I will say, I would like for Toyota to give these controls here on the outside, like just so where you can just push a button. The intensity of this seat massage is so nice, and I would say that for most people, they'll find this to probably be the best in the segment. I think the GMC only gives you the seat back; they don't give you the bottom. And as I mentioned, you have that camera for this rearview mirror. 12.3 inch screen, nice readout for that too. I will say Toyota's infotainment is not the best, but because you have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, it does make up for it in regards to that. But you can customize this if you want. You can turn off that annoying beeping sound too if you like. But yeah, overall drive modes, you have 3. You have Eco, Normal, and Sport. However, you do have tow haul, so you technically have 4. You do have 4-wheel drive system here. I would like to see a auto 4-wheel drive for this too. The hold function is really nice if you're at a stoplight. This is your electronic parking brake. If you put it in reverse, you have your camera system. You can see 360 on this side. And a lot of different camera views that you can see too. And one thing I like about this Sequoia is this. That's nice. So if you want to just get a good view around where you're parked at or wherever the SUV is, they give that to you as well. But overall, again, as I said, this is definitely one of the best on the market. They do have a lot of nice features. And if I have a chance, maybe I'll have to grab keys to a GMC and compare this, because these definitely do have a lot of advantages, I would say. But who knows, maybe the Yukon could potentially be slightly better depending on some of the features it has too. The front gross axle weight rating is going to be 4,080 pounds. The rear is 4,410 pounds. Gross vehicle weight rating is going to be 7,595 pounds. 20 by 8 wide wheels. And all-in payload is 1,290 pounds minus the options on this build. So what is that? I can do that math in my head. That is 1,248 pounds. 36 psi all the way around for the tires. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is definitely a nice SUV, and as I mentioned, maybe I'll have to find a Yukon because they have a dealership right next door, and I can put these side by side so you guys can figure out which one you like better. See you guys in the next video.